So welcome everyone to Flavors of the World. We are here with Rocky River Public Library. I'm Nicole and Semanur is the co-host today from Rocky River Library. We are very excited to have you guys. So before I pass it off to Semanur, I'm just gonna let you guys know we are trying a new tactic for this cooking class. So you will see two cameras. One camera is going to be stationary on the countertop, and then we will have a phone camera so that hopefully we can get some more close-ups of the dishes and the cooking process for you. So trying some new things today. Hopefully it works. So you should be able to see that now. If you guys have any questions, this is a Zoom webinar. So there's two options for questions. You can either click on the little speech bubble box that says chat and say hi. If you'd like to all say hi and introduce yourselves, feel free to do that. You can also use that for questions. But there is also a question and answer option. So it'll be two speech bubbles on the bottom and say Q&A. You are welcome to put questions in throughout the cooking demonstration. I will be here to monitor those questions. So any questions you have throughout this demonstration, pop them in one of those boxes and I will make sure to ask our special chef here if they can answer the question for us. So feel free to play around with that. And on that note, I will pass it off to Semanur and Selbi.
Thank you, Nicole. It was a great explanation for everything. Thank you. Since I'm really a little bit, nervous of everything, if it's gonna be okay, if we will have any problem, you never know. So thank you. Yeah, so we are here to have our second cooking program. The first one was Russian proshki that Selbi made. And today we will be making Uzbek Plov. And yeah, so I'm sure some of you already met her from the first program. She's a young mother of 3 and the little one is here. I will show you later on, Selma. Yeah. You will see her later on. And we also have Seher. Would you like to join us, Seher, on this side today?
I'm on the other side.
Yeah.
Hi.
So she will be also like a great helper for us today because we might, we might work together and help each other. So, do you want to say something about like yourself or the cooking or something you want to add?
Hi everyone. I'm going to try to make Uzbek Plov.
So you already started. Maybe you can say.
You'll like it. And I want to use Instant Pot for easy way because I think it's easy.
It's easier and
quicker.
Yeah.
Yes. Then we started.
Yeah. So this is the meat. It's already started. But she's going to show, actually, let me just turn this one on. She's going to show the how to cook in regular pot. That's what she's going to do. So we have our ingredients:
carrot, rice, meat, and oil, onion, and garlic.
And we will be using only salt and pepper.
Yes.
Salt and pepper. Yeah.
Black pepper.
Okay. Okay, so maybe we can just start. So this is our regular pot here. She'll just show you how to start with how to fry. Is it kind of like frying or what you call it? What did fry make like in English would be?
Fry.
She's gonna saute it.
But in really hot oil.
Yeah, in hot oil to lock the juices in the meat.
Okay. So
that's in a kind she will sear the meat, right? That's searing.
Biraz ısınmasını bekleyeceğiz abla.
Okay. The pot should be really hot. That's why she's waiting for it.
Ben şey dökeceğiz.
Okay. How many? Like how long will you? Should be, okay.
100 ml.
So that's about half a cup of oil.
Okay. Alright.
Ama hani yağlı sevenler için biraz daha yağ ekleyebilirler.
But if you prefer to be, you know, a little richer with more oil, you can increase the amount of oil used.
Bir de en yüksek ayarını açtım.
So as you can see, the oven, the stove is at the highest. I think it's a 6 or between 6 and high. It's at high to get the searing done.
So this is the thing maybe you.
Şimdi onun ısınmasını bekleyelim sonra.
While that's up,
Şimdi oradan görünür.
she's gonna open the instant pot.
Semanur, can I ask a question while you guys are doing this?
Yes.
So is the Instant Pot, if you don't have an Instant Pot, is that okay? Is that kind of just because you're trying to save time for the demo?
Yes. Yeah. That's why
Okay.
the other oil in the other regular pot that she will be showing now. That's why we are actually.
So normally, without the instant pot, you would do the stock pot method right there with the hot oil.
And what kind of oil are you using? Any particular type?
It's a regular any
Vegetable oil? Or
Just
Yes.
vegetable.
vegetable oil.
it should be vegetable oil. That's why we will be trying to show both, you know.
So as you can see, the meat is in big chunks. She added salt, now black pepper.
Can you hear us, Nicole?
Yep, sound is good.
Okay, because the laptop's sound is off. That's why. Sorry,
Yep,
on.
I can still hear you guys, okay.
You can tell us if it's not clear.
I'll let you know.
The meat makes lots of noise.
You can see Selbi's teapots at the background. Those are traditional teapots where you have the hot water at the bottom, and then the tea leaves would be at the top. And that would stay on, there till when it's ready. It's like a common sight in Turkish kitchens. Mm-hmm.
Şimdi bunu kısık ateşe alıyorum.
Now she's gonna lower the heat. Put the lid on and cook it.
How long?
1 hour.
Oh, okay. So the meat is really need to be cooked well.
Is it?
So she says it may take about an hour to cook. Are you gonna add any water?
A little bit.
Yeah. So you need to check from time to time to see if it needs any water, and continue cooking it for a long time. So it will be like very soft cooked meat.
Yeah, but I can add something because it depends on the type of the meat. Some actually meat gets softer, quicker than others.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can check like every 20 minutes. We can check if it's really nice and soft. Like because some lamb, meat gets really softer, quicker than this one is beef. That's why. Okay.
Can you make it with lamb?
Ama yarım saat daha hani 20 dakika şey.
Yeah, we can just check. Yes. Yeah, it can be in our recipe. It
Oh, it
can
says
be
lamb or
lamb or
beef.
beef. Yeah, it depends because some people prefer.
Şöyle Seher abla bu kadar ekliyorum.
I can't really tell how much that is because it's not level.
Şu şeyden az.
I think double on the camera is working, Nicole. It's nice, right? I liked it.
Well,
Yeah, I'm spotlighting the close-ups when you guys are doing that, and then when you're talking using the other camera. So if it's working well for you, I think we should keep doing it. So for the meat, you guys are simmering it on low for about an hour and then adding water so it doesn't stick.
Yes. She said. She add a little of. Did you show how much was the water?
100 milliden az yani.
It was about 1/3 of a cup, but
Okay.
you need to check and if needed, add more.
All right.
So we had a question about whether you could use olive oil to sear the meat instead of vegetable oil.
Olabilir.
Yeah, it might work. She says, yeah, why not?
Okay.
I think most olive oils you'll have. I think it has to be like a cooking olive oil because some has low
Smoke point.
yes, low smoke
Mhm.
points, and since at the beginning you need the oil really hot, it may be a problem. But you can use a mixture of it, or you can use like cooking olive oil.
Is this one done? You can.
Okay.
Here.
Yes, I think.
Or artık
Alright.
pişecek. Şunu gösterebiliriz. Bak
Onu da
buna
mı gösterelim?
hiç su katmadım mesela. Bu
Move
kendi suyu.
over to the instant pot.
Hiç su katmadım Seher abla. Bu kendi suyu.
Okay, so she says as this is the meat juices. She hasn't added any water to this one since it's an instant pot. It locks in, all the steam and water. So this is it's all meat,
Ve bakın pişti.
And it's done.
and that's how you check if the meat is ready.
It's nice and yeah.
Şöyle.
Okay, so just sticks the spoon in. If it cuts with the spoon, then it's done. How long did it take with the instant pot?
20 minutes.
20 minutes? Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can like the attendees can
It's,
make a note like
High pressure. Seher abla.
it took
High
20.
pressure and then
20 minutes.
high pressure, 20 minutes.
Şimdi bunu kavuracağım. Böyle suyu gidecek.
This is also something I'm learning because I haven't used an Instapot, but I am planning to buy one soon. That's why now I'm also learning kind of how to use it.
And I can show you how I
Carrot.
Okay. So while the meat is continuing to cook with open top, she will boil off all the water and saute the meat with in the oil. Did you put any oil to this? Okay, so in the oil, she'll saute the meat. And in the
Half
meantime,
cup, like
she'll
it's a half
start
cup of vegetable
vegetable.
oil. Yeah.
In the meantime, she'll start cutting the carrots. These are like thick juliennes, or are you gonna go in with a little?
Like a finger shape.
She's julienning the carrot. It's how it, this is how it's julienne, but these are thick. Yes. Where do people usually cook this dish for? What do they cook it for usually? Niçin pişiriyorlar? Or when do they cook this dish? Is it a special dish?
Yes. Düğünlerde, şeylerde pişirilir.
Weddings?
In weddings, yes.
In funerals? Cenaze?
Yes.
Picnics, gatherings?
Yes.
We had another question come through, and I believe I know the answer, but I will also toss this to you guys. So Dave is wondering, is an Instant Pot the same as a crock pot? So I know that it's not the same as a crock pot. It cooks foods very quickly as opposed to how a crock pot would cook it over hours. An Instant Pot cooks like 20 minutes versus hours. I do not know the specifics of how it works as I do not have one. So I don't know if one of you would like to explain the difference a little bit in case someone is interested.
Do you know the difference between crock pot and instant pot?
Düdüklü tencere.
No, crock pot is something different. It's not pressure cooker. Crock pot is something different. So
So
it looks like your answer is a good one. What I would add, yes, we don't know any more than that.
Okay. Yeah, it's a pressure cooker versus a slow cooker, Dave, if that
This
helps.
is like a pressure cooker with all like different bells and things like that. You see soup broth, you can have like all these different functions that you can adjust to. This is like a glorified pressure cooker. Crock pot is a slow cooker, and that's about what I know.
Ben böyle yapıyorum Seher abla.
The carrot, okay. So another way that she does, she uses this method instead of julienning, is she thinks it's easier. Just shaving it off of the carrot.
Yani herkese nasıl kolaysa öyle yapabilir yani.
Yeah.
İnce ve böyle.
So if you get the general, size correct, you can use different methods of cutting the carrot. I've seen people, what do they do? They go circle, they cut it in circles.
We
Uzbekler is always like this.
Always like this, longer.
Yeah. I mean, when I tried, I couldn't make it this fine and nice. These are nice.
So the carrots are done. Are those the onions you're going to use?
Okay, so what we do?
Şimdi bunu atalım, tamam mı? Bunu kavuralım.
Okay. Almost done.
And Selby, are you trying to get all of that liquid to cook off?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we're doing with the meat.
Sorular da yapılabilir Seher abla.
Are there any other questions?
No more questions right now from the audience, unless someone wants to pop one in right now. For the onions, did you just slice them into, it looks like half moon shapes?
Yes, I think that's what they are.
Okay.
How many do you have a bit?
Big and one onion. Cleaning.
It started smelling really nice here.
Yes.
Just to let you know, I know I'm almost above the meat like this, but it smells really nice.
So Nicole, would you like me to turn on the camera of my phone, or is it okay for now? What do you think?
Unless you guys are gonna do some more like chopping close-ups, I think this is fine. We got another question. Did the same pot that was on the stove go into the Instant Pot? So did you start it on the stove and then put it in the Instant Pot, or you just only did the Instant Pot for that batch?
No, so she started with the Instant Pot because that's one way of cooking the meat, and that's what actually she prefers because it's quicker and maybe yeah, time saver. But you can also do it on the stove. So she's showing two different methods. We probably won't do anything to the meat on cooking on the stove. That's just, you know, showing another way of preparing the meat.
Okay, thank you. So they're just showing two examples of how you could prepare this if you have an Instant Pot or if you don't.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like this is, she started before the program to make it ready. And then she just showed this one, you know, up to hopefully ready. So now she will be cutting the onions. Okay, so the number of the carrots on the recipe paper.
Just 5 to 6 carrots
5 to
cut
6
into medium
carrots,
sticks.
for each, right?
Yes.
Okay, 5 to 6 carrots for each.
Are you gonna continue cooking on the stove too? Are you gonna show both?
Yes, she will.
I will.
Okay, so I apologize. So she'll continue cooking on the stove too, but so that means she is showing both methods, you know, from beginning to end, hopefully.
Yeah.
The two preparation methods will continue. You know, we'll go back to the stove and continue here also.
And then hopefully.
But you can pick one and follow just, you know, one.
Yeah, and hopefully this one will work, and then we can maybe see how it looks like after we finish. But most probably the other one will continue cooking.
Okay.
Like maybe.
What type of onions do you recommend for this? Like sweet onions, white onions, just plain yellow onions? What do you recommend?
Yeah, white onion.
White onion.
Yes, white onion.
There are also yellow onions too. I
Mhm.
think yellow onions would
Yes.
work, but not red onions. Yeah, because they are sturdier.
She uses the white onion, but it can be yellow. It's fine. But
This
not
is yellow
red.
onion, right?
Is it yellow?
Yeah, I think this is yellow onion. The one that she's using is yellow onion.
Okay, so you could use yellow or white, just don't use red onions.
And then Nicole, this one is now actually ready to go. Can you see? Can you all see how it looks like?
Yep, so that's what the meat should look like if it's ready to go on to the next step.
So what is it? Not right, no,
It's sauteing in its oil.
but it's nice. It should be
Yeah,
nice
almost
and
all the
red.
water has evaporated, right? Has cooked off.
Then she- Now she's gonna start adding the onion. Oh, delicious. Okay, and she says, don't worry about the look of the onions. Looks like they look like really big, but they will be smaller when you cook. You know, after the cooking, they don't stay like the same size. So they will be kind of like shrinking. Yeah. So. Okay.
They'll just cook away, she says. How long are you gonna cook it?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Nicole, so I can see that we have 10 attendees, right? And we are on the other page.
Yep.
Are we waiting? So maybe we can ask some questions in between. I don't know, rather than just waiting.
Yeah, could you guys talk a little bit more? You touched briefly on what occasions this dish might be cooked for. Could you talk a little bit about that again?
When you cook this food, like occasionally, right? In weddings mostly, or like every day, you don't have to wait for a program to cook. Do you cook? Do you cook for your family? Like you do? Once a week. She does. She cooks once a week, almost. That's why maybe I can share this. When you have picnics, you will just think about like something ready and easier to make for the picnic, right? And before the pandemic, we were having some picnics, with families, and Selbi will come with her Uzbek Plov to the picnic.
So I think it's like a gathering. It has been a gathering, a special occasion dish in the past more, right? Because like women would gather and cook it together, like open flame in big cauldrons, and then it would go to the wedding or the picnic location after that. But nowadays it's easier to cook in smaller portions, so people cook it at home too.
Okay, thank you. So it can be a special occasion dish, or it can be an everyday sort of dish.
So actually, I want to ask a question to our attendees. Is there anyone who are now watching us from another, like originally from another country, or originally from another nation? Yeah. Like from, I don't know, Russia, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, the different countries, or another one. I always wonder, even the last time for the first, when we had the first one, I was like wondering, is there any other, people from original different countries?
I don't see any answers yet, Semanur, but I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Like everyone from here.
It would appear so.
Okay, fine. So just a question. And how many languages are we talking in? Selbi can talk Turkish and Turkish, with her mother tongue, and Turkish that, like we call it Anatolian Turkish, where the Turkish people talk, and then Russian. What else? English. English, of course. Can you talk Uzbek? No. No. Kyrgyz? No. Okay. 4 together, yeah. She can talk 4 languages, Nicole.
That is impressive.
They are like the onions are almost ready, and now you're gonna add the carrot. Okay. Wait, maybe I can open this one.
I do have a question that came in about preparation. Could you cook the meat ahead of time and freeze it, and then combine it with the vegetables in the Instant Pot when you want to eat it?
Okay, I'll ask
After
she adds the carrots. That's a great question, though. It would be practical, right?
Okay. Okay, she just add the carrots. Yeah, we will go back to that question now. The salt will go in now. Like 1.5 a tablespoon of salt. Now she's adding. Yeah. And then when you will add the black pepper later?
It's already in there,
Is
right?
it
The
there?
meat has black pepper on it. Mhm.
Oh, you add on the meat.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
going. Okay. So the black pepper was mixed with the meat first. I just, I forgot to do. Okay. I'm going. Okay.
Water.
Water. How? What's the half cup, something like that?
I think it's about half a cup.
Yeah,
Yes.
half a cup of water goes in now.
Is it cold or hot, Selby?
Cold.
It's cold water
Cold.
or like regular water? It's room temperature water.
Oh, and then this one goes into the middle.
So that's the whole garlic head. So if you haven't, you missed that part, and she closes the instant pot.
And then just 5 minutes? Wow, that's great. Okay, now 5 minutes to go with the instant pot. Okay, what about the question? There was a question, Selby, maybe you can answer quickly.
Oh, okay.
What was that?
Okay, the question was, can you freeze the meat? Cook and freeze the meat, and then whenever you're gonna cook your dish, get it out and continue with the rest of the steps. Dondurup sonra kullanabilir misin?
Pişirdikten sonra dondurup tekrar açıp. Bence olur.
Yeah, I tried one time just.
Uh-huh. Did it work out?
Yeah. Evet.
Was the
Yeah.
taste the same?
Yes. Ama yani çok bekletmemek lazım dışarıda. Hani doldurmak istiyorsan direkt yani
Çok bekletme.
Çok bekletme. Mesela
Soğuduktan sonra.
bugün yediğiniz kaldı. Mesela kaldırabilirsiniz.
Not the whole dish though. Sadece eti
Just
pişirip buzluğa koyup ondan sonra buzluktan
because-
çıkarıp
yeah.
geriden yeniden hani çözüp yapabilir misiniz diyor.
Just the meat. I think
Well, apparently she's never done it.
but I think I've done before. Yeah, I cooked too, like the meat was too
Oh,
much.
really?
Yeah, so I didn't want to froze it again. I cooked and half of it I actually put in a
Neden
freezer.
sadece yani eti dondurabilir?
Because sometimes they want to cook like whole meats and then they don't want to waste time cooking it again and again. Okay. She haven't done that.
No.
She never tried, Nicole, but personally I did and it works actually. I can just see. Okay, so
Okay, so it sounds like Dave, Selby hasn't tried it herself, but Semanur thinks it probably would work if you did it that way, froze it and then added everything afterwards. So theoretically it should work.
okay, she's just checking the meat here and she said they are not ready. Can you see they are not cooked yet? So yeah, so the regular normal, this pot needs more time to make it ready. Okay, so all right.
Şimdi pirinci yıkıyorum.
Okay. So she will be making the rice ready because after like it was 5 minutes, but maybe like just 2 minutes left. She will be adding the rice. And what was the rice measurement?
It says 4 cups.
4 cups. Okay, 4 cups. You measured in this. This is the whole thing. Okay. All right.
And is that just like a plain white rice? Is it a specific type of rice?
Sorry.
Is it a specific type of rice that you're adding to this?
This is I think they call it brown rice. Is it like not very slim one? What they call it?
I think it's medium grain, extra fancy. So this is a very high quality rice. And I think the quality of the rice will influence the dish a lot. If you use things like basmati or like long grain, it'll turn out completely different.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So this is the one actually we are using this one here. Baldo, I don't know what they call it in here. So what was you? It's from here. Botan. Yeah, she's using actually. It's called Botan. It's very similar to this, and yeah, and she
But
bought.
is that the type of the rice or the like?
It's
the
a type of the
brand
rice.
name?
No,
Okay.
it's a type of the rice. So maybe I can just show closely here, because there are like type of rice that they are from here. Okay, so these are like round rice. See here?
It's medium grain, so they're a little fatter than like basmati.
Yeah, basmatis are they cook very quick, right? Basmati cooks quicker than this one, I believe. So I can show the
Okay.
these teeny tiny ones. Okay.
Yeah. So you would definitely recommend do not use basmati rice or jasmine rice for this.
No, no. I think the type of rice is important.
So you ready?
Have you used any other type of rice just to make sure, because you're the expert here?
So you use only this? Or?
Ben şey botan beğeniyorum.
But it's the same kind of rice, right?
No.
What is it?
You can show yours.
Not my same this one, but I tried another rices, but I like this one.
Okay. So botan or this?
Böyle uzun olanları var. Pirinç.
Basmati, the longer ones are.
They're long grain rice.
Long grain.
Short
What they?
grain.
Oh, this is like I think
That's medium grain.
medium, because I remember one of the recipes, because you know when I was checking the recipes to find a better one for her to work
Şu
with.
varsa herhalde ama ben
Yeah, so they call it
This
a
is
brown.
brown rice. So this will cook completely
ben
differently.
kullanmadım ama başka bir arkadaş
And it's not
şey
working.
yapmış.
Uh-huh.
Will it work?
Did they try it with this brown
Uh-huh.
basmati rice?
Yes.
They try with the brown basmati.
So how did it turn out
Nasıl?
with brown basmati?
Hold on.
Did she like it, your friend?
Yes, my friend liked it.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm. Okay.
yani bununla da yapabilirler.
Okay, this one is almost done here.
So just to summarize, we think that it's better with this rice, but there are people who tried with different types of rice, like brown basmati rice. But I think you have to be careful about the cooking time. If you use another rice, the taste will be different, but you know, who says it won't be delicious? It probably will still be delicious.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna So what you're doing? You wanna add something here? Okay.
Semanur, do you want to show us what's in the pot over there? Okay.
I was trying to. Okay. So not ready. So we are not really in a hurry to make this one ready. Nicole, we realized that this one will take time. That's why we decided on to
The
go
Instant
with
Pot.
Instant Pot, yeah, because this one really takes more than an hour to be ready.
Havuçları pişirirken yapmak şimdi. Havuçları pişireceğim. Kavuruyorum.
Tamam.
Şimdi soğanla kavuracağım.
Is it ready to put onion and
Yes, soğan. Çünkü pişsin. Bundan sonra su koysam şimdi.
Semanur, we have a follow-up question about the meat freezing. And since you have done something similar before, would you be able to tell Dave if you do freeze it, do you defrost the cooked meat in the microwave, or can you put the frozen meat in the Instant Pot with the vegetables? Like, what would your recommendation be?
defrosted first, of course. Yeah, I didn't.
Defrost. Okay.
I defrosted first.
Evet, böyle şey koyulabilir.
Yeah.
Aşağıda da durabilir birkaç gün falan böyle.
Okay. Okay. She says even after you cook the meat, if you want to use it like in like 1 or 2 days, you can still keep in a freezer.
In the fridge.
In the fridge, not freezer, fridge. In fridge, yeah, refrigerator. And but if you wanna use it, you know, like in a week or so, yeah, it's not good to just leave it in the fridge. But yeah, she says.
Thank you. So yeah, Dave, make sure you defrost it before you add it to the Instant Pot. Or you can keep it in the fridge for a couple of days if you only are, waiting a few days to cook it.
Okay, now she's adding the ingredients in here. And Nicole, the Instant Pot is ready now. In between 2 pots, she will be adding the rice. You want to have would you like to and then she can put the rice because we have only 15 minutes. So is it okay? Or she can do it?
Semanur, can you defrost meat with an Instant Pot? We have another question.
I don't have an Instant Pot, Nicole. I don't know it.
Oh, okay. Dave, we do not know actually.
Can you defrost the meat like
Maybe Selby knows.
Oh, she says yes, you can do it because Selby is very
Okay, so Selby said, yes, Dave, you can defrost in the Instant Pot.
Okay. She said it will work. Defrost the meat in Instant Pot will work. Okay, now she will be opening slowly. And when we use our pressure cooker and Instant Pot, we have to be careful. I use actually pressure cooker, and it's something we have to be careful, not to get burned. So this one is all right.
Şey, havuçlar böyle oluyor.
Okay, it's nice and soft, yes. And now she's gonna add 4 cups of rice on top of it. So you can come this side. I think it will be easier for you. Okay.
It's layered. You're not mixing all of them together. So meat is at the bottom with the onions, then the carrots, then the carrots with the garlic, a whole garlic in the middle, and then comes the rice layering.
So you put salt.
Evet,
So you add more.
havucun şey.
Also, because we said 1.5 tablespoon of salt, so you need another like tablespoon of salt for the food. Yeah,
I think that was like a teaspoon, right? That wasn't a tablespoon.
Oh, teaspoon.
And so another teaspoon for
She
on
used
top
a
of the
teaspoon.
rice.
Okay.
I think all the salt will go everywhere because
Okay.
like a teaspoon would
that
definitely not be enough for 4 cups of water, 4 cups of rice.
So the
all
recipe
together?
says tablespoon, so that's why.
Yes, it says tablespoon in the recipe.
So will it be okay to use that measurement as a salt, or should it be more than that? Is it like if they use tablespoon?
I think it should say, because she added 1.5 tablespoon of salt after the carrots, it should say plus a teaspoon
Okay.
of
plus a
salt
teaspoon.
after
Okay.
like on top of the rice.
Böyle tuzunu karıştırıyorsunuz.
Mhm. You need to mix with the salt, you know, and it will dissolve. All right. So she's not mixing with any of the other layers. It should be separate. The layers should be separate. I mean, separate means like, what do you call it?
Separate.
Separate. Okay, I don't know. Maybe there's
It's just
another-
layered.
Suyu böyle olacak sanırım bu kadar.
Okay. Then, so, but you measured before, so it was like 3 to 4 cups. Yeah. And then, yeah, as you see, the water shouldn't be like not too much, not too little. Like this one, she's just showing. Yeah, how much it should be. Right. You know, it covered on top of the rice, but you can still see the rice here. You know, it's not like too much water. All right, so how many minutes? 12 minutes, okay. She knows the
That's
best.
fast. That's really fast.
Yeah, now the last 12 minutes to make it ready.
It's for the rice.
So after 12 minutes, it will be like 2 or 3. So what do you think, Nicole? Should we wait for the Instant Pot to see the results? But it will be a couple of minutes more than 2 p.m.
So we'll be over for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, I think I am going to say I probably speak for everyone when we would love to see the finished product. So if everyone has, you know, a little bit of wiggle room, I'd say if it runs 5 minutes over, it will be worth it to see the finished product. So let's
Yeah.
do it.
I mean, she tried her best to make it, you know, as quicker as much possible, but still, hold on a second.
So if you were making this in the pot, would you layer everything the same way if you were making it on the stovetop?
Yes, she's actually, while we're waiting 12 minutes for this one, she will be showing the other pot. Now she's gonna layer the other.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay, I'm going there. And this the little one, you wanna know her name? This is Selma, Nicole. Okay, now we are on this side. As you remember, she put onion first, and it was a couple of minutes ago. Now adding the carrot.
Buna da tuz koyacağım.
Okay, now salt going in. This is actually not tablespoon.
Teaspoon.
Teaspoon. Okay, one. Yeah, it's also like I'm also now like observing her. She didn't put holes, you know, all the salt in once. Even for the Instant Pot, Nicole, she put some of the salt, you know, on top of the vegetables. Yeah, and then she added another teaspoon after the rice.
Burada başka baharat koymak istiyorlarsa burada koyabilirler.
Okay, let me add that. Okay, Nicole, Selbi says if you want to add any other type of spice, anything you would like to add, you can add now. This time of, you know, this is the best time to add it now.
What would some other spices be that you might think would be good additions? Like something spicy or?
That was an optional, what was in the recipe? It can be chili powder, different type of, you know, people are using different type of chili powders. So here, you know, is this is the recipe. Cumin, paprika, you know, optional, we add here in our recipe. Yeah, or anything. I mean, people, you know, prefer different spices in their food. So it's okay, and it's okay to use anything. So
Okay.
Then water, and that water was
Is 1 cup.
1 cup. Okay, 1 cup water goes in.
Sonra da pişecek.
Okay, yeah. So this one will get get ready much slower than the other one. So and then she lowered the heat like this. Like
4.
around 4. Okay. All right. So we will leave this one on here. And then
We got a couple more questions. So if someone wanted to actually do all the vegetables cutting and the meat cutting and do all of that ahead of time and freeze it, would you be able to just put that all into the Instant Pot or onto the stove and defrost it and cook it all together?
was it what Selby said before that she cooked and she put in frozen?
She did it all together.
Was it Selby? We
I think
were
we should
talking
ask her.
again.
Şeyleri, havuçları falan da kesip ondan sonra hani freeze yapıp ondan sonra hani dondurup sonradan pişirebilirler mi?
Havucu dondurdum.
So include not rice before the rice, right? Nicole, is it?
Yeah, so the question is about the vegetables and meat. If you can prepare that, freeze it, and then defrost it before you add the rice.
Sadece pirinç kalacak.
Yani
Soğanı, eti, şeyi hani şu halde hazırladım ya, onu pişirip buzluğa koyup sonra pilav yapabilirler mi?
Olabilir yani. Ama havuçları çok şey olur. Parçalanır ve içinde havuç kalmaz, böyle pütür pütür suyu çekilir sanki.
She says it may be a problem with the carrots. They may be weaker when you add the rice and cook them.
Okay, that makes sense. I was actually thinking the same thing, but wanted to ask you guys with your expertise. So it sounds like we would not recommend adding the carrots to the freezer. They'll probably fall apart or turn into kind of a mush, I would think, because the freezing will weaken their structure. So the second question is, can you tell us what the benefit is or what putting the garlic clove whole in does rather than mixing in chopped garlic?
Şeyi sarımsağı neden bütün olarak koyuyorsun, hani şey yapmak yerine, kesmek yerine?
Kokusu çok çıkardı. Eğer keserlerse sıkardı o.
Sure, she says it would reek of garlic, that much garlic, if you cut it and put it in. But this way, you will have a soft garlic in the middle, and it won't smell much of garlic. Do you get any garlic smell? Somewhat?
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
No.
So you get to taste but not to smell this way.
Yes, and then what they do while they eat
Tadı geliyor, hani çok az.
Yeah, but
ama
not the smell. Yeah. They can taste it, but you don't get that smell in the plov itself. And I ate it like with you and others.
Sevenler hani o etrafındaki pilavdan hani daha çok alabilirler. Hani çok sevmeyenler üstünden alabilirler. Hani.
So that also gives you an option of how much garlic you want in your plov, because if you love garlic, you can get from the part that's closer to the garlic so that will be more garlicky. And if you don't want, much of the garlic taste, then you can get from around, from the top, from the top, not
and then
close
I
to the
know
garlic.
Since those garlic gets, it's nice and soft, people break them and put next to the food and they eat together. It's also, and I've seen actually more than one. Some people use, when they like the taste of the garlic while they're eating the rice. I've seen they put more than one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So while we're waiting for this pretty Instant Pot, she actually, Selby told me yesterday that while we're waiting, what we're gonna do, right, Nicole? And she says she can show you like a quick side salad that how they eat. So I said, okay, let's just do it. So okay, I can. Can you see it, or must I make it closer? What do you think?
If you would like to, yeah, do a little close up just so we can see how Selby is cutting the tomatoes, that would be great. And thank you for explaining the garlic. So you can serve the garlic with the dish if you really like garlic, but that's an option.
Yes, and this is the side salad when they eat it together. Yeah. So she's just. I believe we have just a couple of minutes for this.
I liked the tiny hand that just appeared and took away some tomato.
She's a great expert. And Selby really cooks very well. Like when you look at how young she is. She's really young, and she's a good cook. She's excellent, not good, excellent. When I was her age, I was like cooking a couple of things, but not not like this.
What are the ingredients that Selby's using for the side salad? Tomato, onion.
I think that's it.
Oh, okay.
And we called it actually in Turkish çoban salata, right? Only onion and tomato. And I also like it. But sometimes if you want to add some parsley, you can add, or dill. That if you have, if you don't, it's fine. But parsley, dill, or what else it would be? Fresh mint, right? You can add if you like to.
Yok şey diyorlar. Domates böyle sulu nasıl deniyor?
Is it?
With tomato juice.
Oh, tomato juice. They drink when they eat the
Yes.
Uzbek Plov. Oh, she said they sometimes people drink tomato juice when they eat this Uzbek
Orada
Plov.
da var.
Yeah, but yeah. My husband he likes actually tomato juice, but most of the tomato juices don't have really tomato in it, so you have to see what they have. Okay. So and I can maybe show you this one, Nicole. This one is so. Yeah, this is a salad. Now she's going to put a little salt, most probably, and olive oil. Yeah, a little bit of olive oil and salt.
Olmazsa olmazı karabiberim.
Oh, you put karabiber. Oh, karabiber means black pepper. She likes doing. I don't put black pepper to my salad. I don't know why. Nicole, do you use black pepper for your salad?
I do. I put black pepper on pretty much everything I eat, including salad.
I don't know.
Pepper.
So you're not going to use olive oil?
No.
Oh, she's not going to put olive oil. That was my actually salad that I was talking about. All right. Now lemon, maybe.
Not lemon.
But if a person likes, will it work?
Yes.
Lemon.
Yani böyle yapıyorlar. Biz
Sometimes tomatoes are acidic enough.
Mm.
Yeah. And
All right,
onions
all right.
are like raw onions are a little acidic too.
Is this ready? Why it's making noise?
Not ready. 12 dakikası var. Şu an kaynadı ve kapandı.
Oo, daha yeni mi başlıyor? O zaman bunu gösteremeyeceğiz. Geç
Tamam o zaman.
So it will be late.
I think it'll be too late, unfortunately.
Yeah, Nicole,
You can maybe put
since I
pictures.
don't know how the Instant Pot works, I thought when she closed the lid, it will be like 12 minutes in total to wait. But she says it just started. So it will be late for us to wait. How about when we open, I can share a little, like I can film a little, you know, or take a picture and show all the attendees that here today. I can do that.
Yeah, so if people need to leave, I would say that we could keep recording, and if anyone would like to stick around till the end, we can do that. But if you want to also take a picture for the attendees when it's finished, you could email that out to everyone just so they know what the final product looks like. But we could keep recording so that people who watch the playback can see.
I'm just saying, I don't want to keep people, you know, waiting while there's another 11 minutes to go. But yeah, we will be here anyway. So otherwise, if some of you want to leave, you know, right, we can do the other way. I can take a picture or film in a little and then send out to the attendees. But we will keep on cooking here.
Semanur abla bunun da havucunu ekledim. Şimdi de pirincini ekleyeceğim.
Okay, so she add this, the carrot and the garlic, right, Sarah? I can see one question up there, I believe. Nicole, is there a question?
Yeah, so there was just a question about, so we said don't freeze the carrots, but can you freeze the pre-cut onions is what the question was.
Without cooking?
Or after cooking?
Yes, I think so.
It would be watery.
Yeah, they would retain a lot of moisture, I think, and it would probably not work well in the final dish, I would think.
Remember, sorry, when she was after she was done cooking the meat, she added the onions and she cooked it with that oil. So there was a little bit frying going on there. So the freezing onion, like raw onion, would not work. Like it would be watery, it would be limp.
Okay, so if you're gonna try to freeze the onions, cook them first, if that's the route you're going.
Yeah, with meat and with onion, and after that you can, I think, freeze that product.
So Nicole, can you see the other camera that she's adding the salt again? She just added the rice.
Yep.
And now
Looks
she
good.
almost a tablespoon of salt and a little more. Okay, like I can say like 1 1/4 because she didn't put a lot.
Sarah, could you come here?
Senin ödünde soğuk kattın. Bu nasıl sıcak mı?
Bunu da katarız ama beklememiz gerekiyor.
Zaten bekleyeceğiz.
Şimdi altını açıyoruz.
Now, okay, she's heating the pot again. She put the highest heat.
Suyunu şöyle
O zaman pilavı hep beraber yiyelim. Salatayı da yanında
Yeah,
yiyelim.
not directly because it will move the rice. Nicole, this is important.
Sen benim yerime de yer misin?
Yeah, she's using this spoon as a barrier, I can say maybe.
Sen de o zaman yemeğin kadar da
Yeah, that's a good trick. Semanur, do you have a recommendation? We have a question about what is the best brand of tomato juice, and is there a tomato juice you can get at the Turkish supermarket that doesn't have a lot of added salt? What do you think?
That's a good question. I should ask my husband because he's the one who drinks tomato juice, not really me. But every time when he buys, he checks that salt, whatever they have in it, and he tries to buy the real one, not the what they call it, concentrate one. Is it concentrate?
Yeah, the juice concentrate, don't get that one.
Yeah. Yeah, there are good ones actually, but I really don't know at the moment to say. Did you put a little more water in here because it's a regular pot, right? And yeah, I also like realized that. Okay. Yeah, she put a little more water in here. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just explain. Okay, because of that, when I send out the recipe, it's 3 to 4 cups because it depends the shape of the pot because this one is not very narrow. It's the shape of the pot also important, she says. And she's gonna wait the water get boiled first, and then she will put the lid back. She doesn't want to just put the lid on top of the pot and wait. She wants to see the oil, it's boiling. And it's still some of the carrots are up there, so you want to sink them.
Yo, pirinç yukarı çıkar zaten.
Okay. Yeah, regular pot, Nicole, always tricky. I think I should have started to cook with instant pot too. It's just trying to hold the garlic. It will get boiled. Okay, so let me check. We have just 5 minutes, Nicole, on this. Oh, even 4 now. So you can see me from there too. Hello. Thanks for your support and help, Nicole. Thank you so much.
Of course, you are very welcome.
You are the greatest co-host in the country.
We should start our own cooking show, right?
Yes.
Food Network.
We just practice it. I mean, the first one was, we didn't know what to do. And now, because we changed the kitchen, and actually it was like you're redoing something, because if you use the same kitchen, it will be more practical. But after this point, like you're saying, maybe we can start the show, like a cooking show with Selbi.
Yeah, cooking with Selby. So while we're waiting, I have a question for you. If you are someone who doesn't eat lamb, is there something that you might be able to cook as a replacement in this, or could you just make it with just vegetables?
Because you are a vegetarian, I know. There's no way of doing this without meat. That's what she's asking.
Without meat.
So what do you use? Like if you want to make something instead of using meat, what do you use?
I guess so. Could I make this and instead of meat, put like beans in it, like chickpeas or like garbanzo beans or something in it instead of the meat, just so it has like a little extra?
Can you try something like that, Miss Seher?
There are the people cook cooked chickpeas in pilavs.
Yeah.
It's a part of Turkish cuisine. You can, and I know some people use even like regular Great Northern beans, but cooked in the pilav. But it would be a different dish.
Yeah. And
Right.
how about
But
like making it and trying
several
it?
recipes.
not?
There are several recipes I know that people put chickpeas in. It's a very common ingredient in pilav.
And
Okay, great.
green mercimek lentil, like yeah, in some rice, some type of Indian rice has green lentil in it. Do you know that one? What is it called?
Yeah.
We make it vegetarian too. You know the I
Are you talking
forgot.
about biryani?
Yeah, in
Mhm.
biryani they make with meat, chicken and fish, and they make it vegetarian too. So they use a green lentil instead of using.
But I think for this dish, all the ingredients are quite locked in. It's just that there's a choice of beef or lamb for the meat.
Okay, so people could use beef as well.
Yeah, I think she's using beef right now.
This one
Okay.
Is beef, yeah.
and like I said, biryani for biryani they even did I say I don't know they also use fish as well. I've eaten fish biryani.
Mhm.
Yeah, and vegetarian because you know some of the people like from that region that they're Hindu and they don't eat any type of meat, and they make like you saying. I didn't eat that one, but I know they use lentils. But why not like the dry beans? You know, it will work.
Because we put chickpeas in pilav, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's yeah.
Yeah, then you have to
Chickpeas.
cook it.
So we got a couple more questions. One question is, if you're using the Instant Pot, is there a certain setting that you should set it to pressure-wise? Is it set on something specific?
Selby, which one do you set up for this when you cook? Like what you do?
Şunu kullanıyorum.
Okay, hold on. Let me just. I'm gonna turn my camera on.
Ben it's pressure kullanıyorum şey.
High pressure.
High pressure
Okay, so you set up with.
For
Is it called soup broth?
beef for using this one
For the when you cook the meat.
meat.
I see.
Soup broth. The button. Okay.
But it's high pressure.
High
more,
pressure.
And şurası da more oluyor.
High pressure and more it should be. Okay.
And pirinçli rice da 12 dakika.
And the rice will be go with the regular rice option here. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So the other question then was, and this might not be a thing, but someone is wondering, is there such a thing as salmon plov? Could you make this with fish?
You know, I love having rice with salmon. And that's what, like one of my favorite meals, rice, salmon, and you're gonna have a side salad. But salmon is cooks in, I don't know, at most, I say 6 to 8 minutes, like 3-4 minutes each side. So there's no way you would treat it like meat here, but you would cook your salmon separately, your rice, that's what I do, rice separately, but you can make it like a carrot and onion rice, like this one, pilav, carrot and onion pilav, and cook your salmon separately. I wouldn't put my salmon with the rice and cook it in a pressure cooker. No.
Okay, yeah, it would get overcooked far too quickly. So make it separately if you want to do something like salmon or another fish.
Yeah.
Nicole, as you can see, she's trying to make like a little bowls for rice to get that water, you know, can touch the bottom of the pot, that it won't get stick.
How is the Instant Pot looking? Is it almost done probably? I think we might be getting close, right?
I think it's done. Ooh.
Okay, so this one is nice and
Oh, the smell, I can smell.
yeah, it smells.
There's a hint of garlic for sure, and a hint of onion and carrot.
I mean, if you don't want to put garlic, I think you can just.
But it's not overwhelming. It's cooked.
Yeah.
It's not like, it doesn't smell like raw garlic at all.
Okay, so that was the first time, Nicole, for me to eat like boiled garlic in Uzbek Plov, like years ago when I tried first, because we never do that. So it was very interesting for me to eat that garlic taken out from the shell, you know, and it's like a mushy, you know, small, you know, it's really delicious. And that's the only food that I eat. Other than that, I never put garlic, whole garlic in any food. I mean, I don't do it.
Şimdi kısıyorum.
Okay, so she will just rest this one, and we can show the cooked one, and then we can close up.
Önündeki sular altına girecek.
Okay.
Yani su kalmayacak.
Hepsini koydum.
Okay, and the water should be going to the. How can I say at the bottom? The whole water should be at the bottom of the pot. She said, from the surface to down.
So we have another question. Someone is wondering, Dave's wondering if there is a different flavor to the dish if you cook it on the stovetop versus the Instant Pot.
Flavor means what? Like spice?
It tastes different.
Like, does it taste differently if you cook it one way or the other?
Oluyor mu tadı o veya bu şekilde yapmak? Tadı değişiyor mu?
Çok değil. Havucu karışık sevenler onu daha çok severler. Beyaz pilav sevenler bunu daha çok severler.
So if you cook it on the stove top, the flavor of the carrots get into the rice more. So if you think you would like that, you would prefer the stovetop version. But if you prefer not much of a carrot taste in your rice, then the Instant Pot would be the way to go. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
In general, when you eat as a whole, it doesn't really differ.
But she sees a difference. So
Okay. All right, now
she's the one who makes it every
so
week.
Today
So
we will be tasting together, and we will decide it. Okay, so she's gonna show. All right, it looks yummy, Nicole. Yes, juicy meat. Where's the garlic? It's here. See the garlic? It's here. Oh, it's okay.
So you serve some of the chunks of garlic with the rice. Nice.
Honestly, I actually use a little bit more meat. Like when I make like a traditional pilaf, like with meat, sometimes I make it. It depends, you know, if you like to put more meat, you know, less, more, it's still optional. But this is going well, so it's balanced. How does it look like, Nicole?
It looks delicious. I think it looks awesome. So would you serve it on a platter like that? Is that how you would serve it at like a dinner? Put it out in a bowl?
You know, originally they put whole pilaf on like a round big tray, like, right? It's originally like that. So this is like a modern way of serving it. So can you, do you have the Pepsi with you?
No.
Not here? Okay, so like I said, they actually, what you call it, take this one upside down onto like a big dish, tray. I mean, I can say it's flat. And then they put that tray in the middle of the table, and then people sit around and eat. Sometimes, yeah, even like in traditional with their hands.
So we have one more question for you. And it's just another question about if you could explain a little bit of advantages and disadvantages of like cooking on the stovetop versus cooking on the Instant Pot, which I think it's primarily the time factor. But if you could just kind of talk on that a little bit.
Yani ne faydası var? Başka bir faydası var mı? Zamanlama dışında bunda ya da onda pişmesinin. Öyle sordum. Şey mi? Yani vitamini şunun bunun içinde mi kalıyor? Nasıl? Not really. It's just because of the because of the timing. Easier and it takes shorter than regular pot. That's what she prefers.
I think one thing that I would worry about though, on the stovetop, do you see how she was trying to get the water to the bottom? I can move a little bit.
Yeah.
Water to the bottom so it doesn't burn. At the bottom, the pot would not burn or the rice would not burn at the bottom. So it's a struggle that you have to be careful. As the cooking is more tedious, I think, on the stovetop. But we saw how she did it with the Instant Pot. She set it and just came back later.
So the Instant Pot might be better if you are maybe not someone who cooks a lot. It's a little less, I don't know,
the kitchen.
difficult.
I think you have to watch out what's happening. If you're cooking it on the stovetop, you have to be like one of your eyes would be like, going and checking and seeing if there's just burning at the bottom or not.
Bir de yapışmıyor. Mesela onunla yapışma şeyi var.
Okay, well, it looks great, guys. If you want to wrap up, I think everyone stuck around mostly, but if you want to wrap up, it looks great. I'm glad we were able to see the finished product.
Yeah, that's actually yeah. So this is the plov that she made, and it looks delicious. And one more thing, one or two. I made a note. Hold on a second. Yeah, there are two things I would like to just say before we finish, because I said, because of all the food and cooking, I don't want to forget. So the first thing that oh, do you want to show this one more?
That's
okay. Okay, so let me just say, and then we can show one more time. We will be doing the following cooking class with Selbi on the 6th of June as Flavors of the World. Please join us, and she will be making Turkmen fichi, right? Fichi,
Yes,
call it.
fichi.
Fichi, yeah. It will be traditional, her own country dish that she will be making. And one more thing, that I will be sending the surveys, program survey online to fill out for the program and give us some feedback. So please fill out the surveys for us and tell us what you liked, what you didn't, any suggestions, any more recommendation or something that we will be just considering.
Okay, great. Thank you, Semanur. Thank you, Selbi. I'm so sorry, I forgot the other co-host name.
Seher, yeah. And Seher was just trying to show these last time. So, can you hold this one for me? Because mine. All right, so we can close with these two delicious, looking good.
Awesome.
And side salad.
Well, thank you everyone for sticking around. Sorry we ran over, but now you got to see the finished product, and hopefully we will see you for the next Flavors of the World cooking class.
Yes, please. And the other one, I think, will take another 15 to 20 minutes to be done. So it will be really late. So that's why we can just finish our cooking class. And sorry for being late. We didn't know it will take longer than we calculated.
Sure. Okay, guys, well, I'm gonna wrap up here, stop the recording, and hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Thank you.
Thank you.